name is Taylor, and I'm here to guide you through a full moon flow for the full moon happening on Tuesday, March 3rd. If it's already past March 3rd, that's completely fine. You can still do this flow. This flow is for the abdomen and the digestive system, so if that interests you, go ahead and stick around. So just to talk a little bit about the astrology of what's going on. So this full moon is going to be happening in Virgo. And when we have a full moon, we are looking at balancing those energies between the sun and the moon. So moon is in Virgo, the sun is in Pisces. Virgo is that practical and efficient and that overall well-being energy, whereas Pisces is that emotional and spiritual energy. This is a really good time to organize your spaces in a way that's going to nurture your emotional and spiritual growth. This full moon is also going to be a lunar eclipse, also known as a blood moon. And the eclipse energy is asking us to look at all of our routines, look at all of this comprehensively, not neglecting one part or one facet of our routines or our self-care. Virgo rules over the abdomen and the digestive system, so that's where we're going to be focusing our practice today. It's also associated with the throat chakra, so we'll be spending a little bit of time there as well. I always have a Spotify playlist that you can use to listen while you practice, so if you are interested in that, you can find the link to that playlist in the description below. I'll also be using blocks, so if you have blocks, go ahead and grab those. If you don't have blocks, you can use anything that's block shaped that is sturdy and can hold weight. So like thick books or anything like that. So go ahead and grab your things and meet me on the mat. If you'd like to listen to the playlist while you practice, you may go ahead and start that now. We're going to start on our backs. So we're going to come in a lying down position. We're going to take the feet about mat's width distance apart, and we're going to allow the knees to knock inward towards one another. Hands can come to the belly, they could come out to the sides, wherever you're most comfortable. You're going to close the eyes or soften the gaze. Allow the head to sink into the earth. The shoulders, allow them to grow heavy. Allow the back to grow heavy. Feel the sit bones. Feel the low back sink into the earth. Just begin by noticing your natural breath, not changing anything, just noticing where you are as you come to your mat today. Letting the day fade away as you come to your mat, bringing your attention to the present moment. Knowing that all you have to do is be here now for the next 60 minutes. Begin to deepen your breaths in and out through the nose, drawing the breath all the way down to the low belly, feeling the stomach expand, the abdomen, the chest, feeling all the way up to the top of the throat, and exhaling completely, starting from the chest, the abdomen, all the way down, emptying out the low belly. Continue with this breath. Allow your head to become heavy, sinking into the earth. Bring that awareness down the neck to the shoulders. Allow them to relax and grow heavy, feeling supported on the earth. Allow that awareness to travel down the back, all the way down to the low back. Allow your awareness to relax the low back and the hips, and being held by the earth. Bring that awareness up the legs, to the knees, down the calves and the shins, all the way down to the feet. Feel your feet firm on the earth, connecting, rooting, and grounding. Know that you are supported and that you are held. Allow that awareness to travel back to the knees, to the hips, the low back, the abdomen, the chest. Allow that awareness to travel to the shoulders, the neck, the head, all the way to the crown of your head. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose. Pause at the top, open the mouth and sigh it out. Again, in through the nose, make this one deeper. Pause at the top, open the mouth and let it go. Last one, deepest breath you've taken all day, in through the nose. Pause at the top, take one more sip of air, open the mouth and sigh it out. So we're going to begin by bringing the knees into the chest. Give them a nice little squeeze. And on your next inhale, we're going to release the knees just a bit. And on your exhale, we're going to squeeze them back in. Inhale, release. Exhale, bring them back in. Inhale, release. Exhale, bring them back in. We're going to take the arms out to a T, and we're going to allow the knees to drop over to the right for a twist. Option for the gaze to be towards the sky, or for the gaze to go over the left shoulder. We're going to bring the gaze back to center, bring the knees back through center as well, and allow them to travel over to the left. Again, Gaze can be towards the sky, or gaze can go over the right shoulder. Gaze comes back through center, knees come back through center. Go ahead and give them another squeeze. And release the feet to the earth. We're going to take the right foot onto the left knee for a reclined pigeon. Now we're pushing that right knee away from the body. If this is enough, you can stay here. To deepen, we're going to take a bind behind the left knee. We're pulling that left leg closer into the body and pushing that right elbow into the right knee. Just breathing here. We're going to release our bind and allow the left foot to ground. Arms out to a T. And we're going to take that right foot over to the left to ground as well. Option for the gaze to stay in center or to travel over the right shoulder. Gaze comes back through center. We bring the legs back through center. We're going to release the right foot back to the earth and switch so that the left ankle is on the right knee. Again, pushing that left knee away from the body. If you like to stay here, you can stay here. To deepen, we're going to take a bind behind the right knee. Pushing that left elbow into the left knee, and maybe noticing any differences here between the left and right side. Maybe one hip is tighter than the other, and just taking note of that. And breathing in, and breathing into that hip. We're going to release the bind, allow the right foot to ground, arms to a T, and allow that left foot to travel to the right for a twist. Option for the gaze to go over the left shoulder. We're going to bring the legs back through center. Release the left foot back to the earth. We're going to give the knees another squeeze. And release. We're going to circle out the knees, giving the low back a little massage. We're going to pause and reverse our circles. Going to pause at center, give them a nice squeeze again, and release. We're going to rock and roll the length of the mat until we come to a seated position. We're going to release the feet to the top of the mat. So we're going to inhale to grow tall. And exhale, we're going to release into our forward fold. Anywhere you are is fine. You could be here, you could be here, you could be all the way down. Wherever you are is completely fine. We're just looking for that feeling, that sensation. And inhale to come back up through center. We're going to bring the feet to touch for butterfly. And we're going to peel the feet open like the pages of a book. Open up the hips. You're going to inhale to grow tall. And exhale, we're going to fold in a little bit deeper. Inhale to come back up. We're going to release the feet to the top of the mat. Give them a nice little wiggle. We're going to take the right foot over the left leg and ground. We're going to plant the right hand behind the body. Inhale the left. And exhale, we're going to twist over to the right, leveraging that left elbow on the right knee. And option for the gaze to go over the right shoulder. And as you inhale, you're going to grow taller. You exhale, you're going to twist just a little bit deeper. Next exhale, we're going to release and we're going to counter twist to the left. And release. Release the legs to the top of the mat. Give them a nice little shake. We're going to take the left foot over the right and ground it as well. Left hand is going to ground behind the body. Inhale the right arm to the sky. Exhale, we're going to twist to the left, leveraging that right elbow on the left knee. Gaze goes over the left shoulder. Again, inhale to grow tall. And exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Got a lot of twists in this practice just to get the digestive system, that stomach, working a little bit more. You might hear some gurgles here and there. Next exhale, we're going to counter twist to the right. Release. Release the foot, left foot. Give them a nice little shake. We're going to find our way to tabletop. Any way you like to get there is fine. I like to tuck the feet underneath the sit bones and roll to the knees and the hands. So tabletop, we want the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hip bones. We're going to find a couple cat-cows here, but we're going to add in a child's pose. So we inhale, drop the navel, lift the gaze. Exhale, we round through the back and sink the sit bones back towards the heels. It's not a full child's pose, it's just kind of a modified child's pose. Inhale to roll up for cow, navel's drop, gazes to the sky. Exhale, round to the back and sink the sit bones back towards the heels. Again, rolling for cow. Exhale, rounding and sinking for child's. Continue with this with your own breath. The next time you find yourself in child's pose, go ahead and widen the knees and sink in a little bit deeper. Allow the forehead to come to the mat or possibly to a block, whatever you need in this moment. Breathing here. Maybe find prayer hands behind the head. This opens up across the chest. Bring the hands back to the mat. We're going to reach towards the top of the mat with the hands. We're going to inhale back up to tabletop. We're going to take the right foot straight back onto the ball of that foot. We're going to rock and roll on the ball of that foot, giving that calf a little bit of a stretch. Eventually, we're going to find stillness, and we're going to raise that right foot in the air. We're going to bring the left hand extended out in front. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the elbow to the knee, right in the middle. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. We're going to find 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the left hand back to the mat. Right foot is going to go over to the left off of the mat. And we're going to turn and look back at that right foot. We're going to drop the right knee on the left side of that left leg. And we're going to sit back on our crossed legs. This is called cow face. And just start to bring the head closer to the earth. Breathe here. This might be a different shape than you're used to. Just kind of explore how that feels. We're going to inhale, coming back up. We're going to unwind the legs, come back to tabletop. And we're going to find a puppy pose. So sit bones stay high in the air. Hands travel to the top of the mat. Forehead can come to the mat or the chin can come to the mat. The chin to the mat is going to be a little bit more intense than the forehead. Breathe here. What does it feel like to be in this shape? Come back to tabletop. We're going to take the left foot back onto the ball of that foot, and we're going to rock and roll here. We're going to pause at center. We're going to lift the left leg. We're going to extend the right arm out in the front. On your next exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. We're going to find 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. Bring the right hand back to the mat. Take the left foot over to the right off of the mat. We're looking back to that left foot. We're going to drop the left knee to the earth and start to sink the hip bones back towards the feet. Maybe noticing any differences between the left and right side. And come back to the knees, unwind the legs, come back to a tabletop. We're going to keep the sit bones high in the air, reach towards the top of the mat for puppy. Come back to tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes and lift the sit bones up for our first down dog of the practice. Maybe you need to pedal it out. Maybe you need to move side to side. Do what you need to do to get into your down dog. And eventually you're going to find stillness in your down dog. On your next exhale, we're going to walk the hands towards the back of the mat to find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. Moving left to right. Let the head hang heavy here. We're going to pause at center. We're going to ground the left hand and inhale. We're going to ground the left hand, bend the left knee just a bit, and inhale the right arm to the sky. Exhale to ground the right hand, bend the right knee just a bit, and inhale the left to the sky. Exhale, release both hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up for Tadasana. We're going to exhale to cactus the arms, shine the heart space forward. Inhale, arms come back to the sky. And exhale, we're going to swan dive back down for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, place the hands to the mat. Exhale, walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Forward down dog. If you have a hard time in your forward fold, you can't reach the earth, you can always use blocks underneath the hands. I'll show you in the next round here. Next, inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, we're going to walk or step to the top of the mat. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now, if you have any issue with touching the earth, grab your blocks, bring the earth closer to you. And you can always bend those knees, okay? Knees don't have to be completely straight. Bend those knees. So for the twist, you can still use your blocks. So we're going to ground the left hand, bend the left knee, inhale that right arm to the sky. Exhale, ground the right hand, bend the right knee, inhale the left. Exhale, ground. So if you need the blocks, use the blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up for Tadasana. Exhale for cactus. Inhale back through Tadasana. And exhale, swan dive for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to plant the hands on the inhale. Exhale, step it back. Down dog. We're going to do that one more time to the back of the mat. So we're going to inhale, look to the back of the mat. Exhale, walk the hands to the back of the mat for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground the left hand, bend the left knee. Inhale the right arm to the sky. Exhale, release. Ground the right hand, bend the right knee. Inhale the left. Exhale, release. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, place the hands. Exhale, walk the hands to the top of the mat for down dog. Breathe here. We're going to inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring that right foot to the top of the mat. Coming up for crescent lunge. So crescent lunge, we're on the ball of that back foot. Exhale to cactus. Inhale back through center. We're going to open up for warrior two. So that back foot is now flat on the earth and at a 45-degree angle. We're going to turn to the long left side of the mat for star pose. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, fold. Wide-legged fold here. Again, if you need your blocks, find your blocks. Allow them to help you bring the earth a little bit closer. Maybe you want to stretch it out here. Move left to right. Just take a moment in your fold. We're going to come back, inhaling to star. We're going to exhale, come back to warrior two. Now in your next inhale, we're going to circle that left hand down, come onto the ball of that back foot, coming all the way back up to crescent lunge. You may want to shorten your stance just a bit. We're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to inhale to grow tall. We're going to exhale to fold for pyramid. You may want to grab your blocks here to bring the earth a little bit closer. We're pulling that right hip back in space so that the hips are neutral. Breathing here. Allow the head to hang heavy. We're going to bring the bend back to that front leg, that right leg. We're going to place the blocks to the side. We're going to ground the left hand. And we're going to inhale the right for an easy twist. Release the right hand to the earth and step that right leg back for down dog. Take a moment in your down dog. Reset here. We're going to inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, we're going to bring it to the top of the mat. Inhaling up for crescent lunge. Exhale for cactus. Inhale back through center. Inhale for warrior two. We're going to straighten that front leg, turn to the long right side of the mat for star pose. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to fold. Breathing here. Allow the head to be heavy. Maybe shake it out. We're going to ground the right hand and we're going to inhale the left to the sky. We're going to bring exhale, bring that left hand to the right shin or the ankle. And just allow the head to hang heavy here. Release. We're going to ground the left hand. Inhale the right to the sky. And exhale, right hand comes to the shin, left shin or the left ankle. Let the head hang heavy. Release. Give one more moment in your forward fold. Inhale, coming back up for star. Next exhale, we're going to come back to warrior two. We're gonna circle the right hand down, pivot on that back right foot, coming back to crescent lunge. Maybe you need to shorten your stance a bit. We're going to straighten that front left leg. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale for a pyramid. Maybe grabbing your blocks, pulling that left hip back in space to neutralize the hips. Once you're set up correctly, we're going to melt and allow the head to hang heavy. Just bring the bend back to the left knee. Set the blocks to the side. Ground the hands. We're going to ground the right hand. Inhale the left to the sky. Left hand grounds. We're going to step the left foot back to meet the right for down dog. We're going to inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, we're going to bring the right shin to the top of the mat for half pigeon. If half pigeon is not in your practice, that's okay. You can do reclined pigeon on how we did it at the beginning of the practice on our backs, where we take the right ankle on the left knee and find the bind behind that left knee. So whichever you choose, go ahead and get there. We're going to inhale to grow tall. And exhale, we're going to release down into our pigeon. You can always grab a block or a pillow for the head to rest. We're going to be here for about a minute or two, so make sure that you're in a place that you can release and relax. We're going to slowly begin to make our way up. We're going to lean over to the right hip and bring that left leg to the top of the mat. We're going to take this right foot and bring it over the left. We're going to ground the right hand, inhale the left to the sky, and exhale. We're going to take that twist again here, leveraging that left elbow on that right knee. Gaze goes over the right shoulder, growing tall and twisting just a little bit deeper. Next exhale, we're going to release and counter twist to the left. We're going to release the feet to the top of the mat, give them a nice little wiggle. We're going to find our way back to a down dog, so I'm going to tuck the feet, come to the knees, and press my way back to a down dog. However you get there is completely fine. We're going to inhale the left leg up and back. Then exhale, we're going to bring that left shin to the top of the mat, setting up for half pigeon on the left side. If you found recline, go ahead and find your reclined pigeon with the left foot on the right knee. Take a moment in your upright pigeon. Grow tall. And exhale, we're going to release down. Finding a comfortable spot so that we can relax and release. Be here for another minute or two. We're going to slowly start to come out of our pigeon, pushing our way up, leaning over to the left hip, bringing that right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to take the left foot over the right. We're going to ground the left hand, inhale the right to the sky. And exhale, we're going to twist to the left, leveraging that right foot on the left knee. Inhale to grow tall, And exhale to twist just a little bit deeper. And exhale, we're going to release and counter twist to the right. And release the feet to the top of the mat. Shake them out a little bit. We're going to find our way to the back body. We're going to bring the knees back into the chest, give them a nice little hug. And on the inhale, we're going to release the knees just a bit to make room for the belly as we inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to squeeze the knees back in. Inhale to release. And exhale, squeeze back in. Find that breath and that movement a couple more times on your own breath. We're going to come to center. We're going to bring the arms out to a T. We're going to allow the legs to go over to the right. Head can stay at center, or you can take gaze over the left shoulder. You're going to inhale back through center. And exhale, allow the knees to drop over to the left. Gaze can go over the right shoulder. Inhale brings us back through center. Give the knees one more big hug. And release the feet to the earth, coming into Shavasana. Your Shavasana can look however you want it to. You can take any shape you wish. You could find knee knock pose, how we started our practice. You could find reclined bound angle, where the feet come to meet at the center and knees splay out to the side. Or you can find the traditional corpse pose. Any shape that's going to allow you to relax and release and allow the medicine to absorb into the body. Next time you hear my voice, it'll be to guide you out of Shavasana. Begin to bring some awareness back into the body, maybe wiggling the toes or the fingers, bringing a smile to the face. Maybe taking a full body stretch or full body scrunch. Maybe making your way to the left or right side body, just taking a moment. Eventually finding your way to a seated position. Hands come to heart center. And taking a moment of gratitude for giving yourself this time and space to connect mind, body, and spirit. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you.